trying to get into it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the ball down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. The fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round. We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. A pass underneath for Carson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
It's 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
On first down, it's Carson. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Panthers' 13-yard line.
This is Carson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
Wilson with the
call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try to run with Carson. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly there to make the grab. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Bridgewater going to lead the Panthers up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That's to McCaffrey, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. Bridgewater again. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. K.J. Wright, the one who shot in there to get him down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Bridgewater. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Carson, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Second and 12. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Bridgewater, a play fake to McCaffrey. He'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
Their own 48-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
The kickoff for Seattle.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. Bridgewater on first down. Taking a shot for Samuel, and that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 60 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Rashad Penny on the return. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to drop him for a loss on the play. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, first and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. Bridgewater. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Third and inches.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
First down, Bridgewater. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
And 6 at the 34-yard line.
To throw, Bridgewater. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. That catch good for only a couple.
On the Seahawks' 49-yard line.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on second down. To the air again with Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And again, it's Bridgewater. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
First down, Panthers.
Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game, now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Carson.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he is all the way up past the 25. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Bruce Irvin. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
It's 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 52, come on. Check 52, come on. Get the ball.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, stand ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Now it's Carson, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you got all this hope and anticipation.